Yeah, absolutely, right? Like hating the government, that's your job, okay? And that's just the truth. And if you don't see that, you need to take a hard look in the mirror and figure out what you really want. Because if you want what is best for humanity, you're on the wrong team if you're not fighting for Western civilization. Hi, this is Jonny Fever, and you are tuned into Jonny Fever TV. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit notifications. Okay, we are doing another Tom Macdonald song. This one is called America. You know it's going to be patriotic. Come on! Okay, so Tom Macdonald, the song's called America. You know it's gonna have some political message in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I'm gonna say that Tom Macdonald is gonna talk about what is great in America, and he's gonna talk about how Americans are so misled by their own media and their own institutions into believing that this isn't the greatest place on earth, when I can assure you, you are living in the greatest country on earth. The reason I'm so confident that I know what Tom's going to talk about in this is because we're both Canadian, and I immigrated here with my family, just recently got green cards in the last year. And Tom, I don't know what his immigration status is in the United States, but I know he's a Canadian artist, and I would imagine he has a green card or maybe even citizenship. So I have this shared experience with him. I think we're actually even from the same hometown. I think Tom spent time in Edmonton, Alberta, and that's where I was born and raised. So all of that being said, this is a very dear topic to me, and I would be surprised if Tom's not going to approach it from this angle. Folks, you need to understand that America is the greatest country on earth, and the reason it is so is because you have that little thing called the Constitution, and that Constitution treats everybody as an individual, and it recognizes your God-given rights, okay? And it tells the government what it cannot do to you, right? It cannot abridge your free speech. It cannot abridge your right to have firearms to protect yourself. It can't do many things. It can't, the government cannot just accuse you of a crime and throw you in jail. You have the right to be to a fair trial. There are just numerous rights that are enshrined in the Constitution that people in other countries just don't have, including Canada. So you guys need to understand that that founding document is vital to this country. And the result of it is everything that you see around you, right? All of the diversity, all of the technology, all of the how the human experience has grown and how we've advanced as a civilization because of those core principles that are part of this country. Now, on a smaller level, the experience of an individual immigrant moving to the United States, I just find American people to be the nicest people on earth. You folks welcomed us here with open arms. Yeah, you made us jump through a few hoops and sign a couple checks, but to be honest with you, you know, there's nothing wrong with going through a little bit of a test before someone decides if they're going to let you, you know, stay there for the rest of your life. So I don't know what you're seeing on the TV or what you're hearing from your professors or what people are saying, but you can listen to Jonny Fever when he tells you that America is the greatest place on earth and you're the nicest, most kindest people on earth. And you know, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. So now we're going to go to this Tom Macdonald song. Sorry for the preamble, but it's an important topic to me because it really, really hurts my heart when I hear the negativity towards American people and the horrible things that the news media, the aspersions that get cast on American voters are just not correct at all. You guys should be proud of yourselves, you should be proud of your country, and you should be proud of your Constitution. Tom Macdonald, let's go.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the fishing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it?
Word.
It's brave to take a stand against a nation. Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear
Yeah.
America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't.
Bingo. They are tearing this country apart from the inside, and we need to wake up, okay? It's these political parties that are doing it to us. All right? The Paul Ryans and the Nancy Pelosi's and the Mitt Romneys and the Chuck Schumers, okay? Who are the people who are bucking the trends right now? Who are the people that are the most hated, right, by the media and by the political parties? I'm going to throw a name out there right now, okay? I'm going to say Kyrsten Sinema, all right? Kyrsten Sinema somehow won this election in Arizona, and she has far exceeded my expectations. She is doing hero's work right now, standing up for the state of Arizona and the other 51 senators who are trying to stop this monstrosity of a bill going through here. I don't want to get too, dated on this video, but yeah, you know what? You open any newspaper for the last week or two, and it is going to be nothing but hate against Kyrsten Sinema. And what that says to Johnny Fever is that she's doing something right because they've all got their focus on her. Shamo.
Help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental.
I don't get to vote, but if I did, I would be casting my first Democrat vote ever for Kyrsten Sinema.
The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't.
Yeah, so I think Facebook has just banned, or was it YouTube has banned all. YouTube has banned all videos that are critical of vaccinations, or at least a COVID vaccination. So Tom Macdonald's right on point here. The social media is only he says the left, it's not the left, he's showing the Marxist totalitarian point of view or narrative. Okay, because I'm going to suggest that even most people on the left, if they actually knew what the results were or what the politicians they vote for were pushing, they wouldn't vote that way. But they just don't know. They're those sheep.
Like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America, does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself.
Yeah, Tom Brady, they let him go, and he went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl. That's what happened to the Patriots, okay? Pardon the poor taste joke there.
Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this? Ungratefulness, United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties? I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all.
Yeah, so, I'm just going to stray a little bit here with a point that Tom just made. For example, in Canada, where I'm from, they have this what they call harm reduction policy, where they have areas in downtown Vancouver, for example, where they give away syringes to users so that when they're doing drugs, it's safe, right? And I'm not saying that is bad, but what I will say is it looks really bad when you've got diabetic patients who cannot afford those very same syringes to purchase them from the retailers where they have to get them from. From what I understand, it's terribly expensive. But if you're making bad choices in your life, you get that exact same medical care for free. Now, I know that it's a very complicated discussion and harm reduction is important, but my point is, it doesn't look good. Right? The optics are bad.
Radicals, screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem cause the flag is what I'm standing for.
Boom.
In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America, you can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Like hating the government, that's your job, okay? That is your job. I have always will vote for whoever wants to shrink the government. That is just the number one criteria for Jonny Fever. Shrink the government, lower taxes. We're gonna beep that last bit out. Anyway, let's keep going.
Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is...
Bingo. This is what I learned as a Canadian moving to the United States. 80% of the people agree on most topics, okay? But they're split between the two parties, and they see they're on one side or the other, and they see the parties as good or evil, and the people associated with them the exact same thing. But most of the people within those that support those two parties actually agree on most things. It's really a unfortunate dynamic.
Covered in a little blood, we started out United States divided is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Yeah, so that was pretty straightforward, and I'm just going to reiterate something I said in a previous video. Why do you need Canadians to tell you people this? Is really, really unfortunate. If you are on the side of trying to tear down Western civilization, you need to take a cold, hard look in the mirror at what you are actually trying to do. That is just what I will say, okay? Me, you, we're all part of Western civilization. We're all part of the history. Our parents, our grandparents. If you live in America, if you live in Canada, if you live in Europe, okay, you are part of Western civilization. Whether you're Russian, whether you're French, whether you're an Inuit from Northwest Territories, you are part of the tradition of Western civilization. And this is something that we need to protect, because it is darkness going forward from here if we don't protect that one critical bit of social infrastructure that we have. And the reason it's better than the others is because it enshrines liberty, freedom, and individuality, okay? You are not beholden to some pope or to some other religious leader. You're not beholden to some totalitarian politician. Okay, you're not beholden to anybody. You are just beholden to yourself and your family and whatever you choose to worship. So we have to protect Western civilization at all costs. And that includes everybody who immigrated here from India, from Pakistan, from Iran, from Australia, okay? You are part of the tradition of Western civilization. And that's really what Tom is fighting for, and that's what we're all fighting for. And if we let these people, these CEOs of Facebook and YouTube decide what is the truth and what isn't, and what we can read and what we can't, and what we can say and what we can't, everything is lost, and that's just the truth. And if you don't see that, you need to take a hard look in the mirror and figure out what you really want. Because if you want what is best for humanity, you're on the wrong team if you're not fighting for Western civilization. Jonny Fever, I'm out. Cheers.